Hello everyone and welcome back to I think it's the 34th episode of the Stitch with Love podcast. If you are new here, hi, my name is Shannon. I am a knitter and a crocheter coming to you from Palmerston North, New Zealand. We are no longer in lockdown, so there won't be as much knitting as there has been, but that's okay. Sorry there was no episode last week. I was intending on making one, and just with going back to work in the middle of the week and mix of emotions after coming out of lockdown and going back to work, it was just not. I tried and it didn't work. I'm sorry, but we're back. I don't know why I'm tired. It's Sunday. It's 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and I only worked 2 days last week, Thursday, Friday, and 2.5. I went in and cleaned Wednesday afternoon, and I was off yesterday. I mean, I cleaned my house, but that's about it. So I don't get why I'm so tired, but apparently I am. I don't know, but anyway. We are going to get into some knitting rather than some blabbering, and then we will go from there. So, I have 2 pairs of finished socks. So, these have been my kind of like travelling, walking to work sort of project. So these are finished. I based these off the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks on magic loop. Sorry, they're covered in cat hair. These are made of a Nilland yarn from Spotlight that I got like a year ago. You've probably seen so much of this yarn at this point if you have seen previous episodes. So yeah, another pair of socks. Nothing much to say about it. I've done 10 rounds of twisted 1x1 twisted rib on the cuff, and then 15 rounds on the leg. A standard slip stitch heel flap, heel turn and gusset, and yeah, following the toe instructions on Kate's pattern. So yeah, first pair of finished socks. And then I have some DK weight socks, which I completely forgot about for ages until I realised, I don't know what I was going to say then, but that wasn't a word. Realised that I needed the needles, and then I was like, oh wait, I cast these on even before I started knitting. No, all these pairs that you've seen, like the orange ones and all that. It's actually the first pair I cast on. But they're DK weight. Now, these are going to be kind of like round the house socks for a couple of reasons. One, like, it's not a bad pattern. I'm not saying that at all, but I don't particularly like the fit of these ones. I don't find them as comfortable. And also the fact that my yarn choice was not too great. It is John Q 2020, and it is 70% superwash wool and then 30% acrylic, so it's not very strong. But yeah, beginner sock knitter. I know better now, but so yeah, it looks a bit funny because not blocked, not on a sock blocker, because the sock blockers I have are a pain in the butt and they snag everything, and I just need new ones. So the pattern is by Blue Ammonite Designs, and it was easy to follow. It was a good knit, but as I said, I just like the heel is a slip stitch heel, but I just don't particularly like the fit on my foot. And the toe, for some reason, my one's really pointy. Meant to be a rounded toe, but mine came out pointy, so I just don't particularly like the fit on my foot. But yeah, another pair of socks. I've got to say, These 2.25mm needles, 2.75mm needles. Got to say the needle size. So that's these. I did also finish the dinosaur, but because I didn't get around to recording last week, I don't have it with me because it went back to work with me. So that makes it hard for me to show. Maybe if I remember, I'll post it on my Instagram and you can go have a look. My Instagram, in case you're curious, my main one is... Sorry, my camera cut off. Apparently, I was out of storage. So I had to go through and clear everything. But what I was saying is my Instagram, my main Instagram is Shamaray2401, which will also be in the description below. And my business one for Stitch with Love is at Stitch Love NZ, which again will be below. You can also go have a look on my Ravelry. My Ravelry is Shamaray2401. If you want to see my projects as well. But yeah, so I have finished the dinosaur, but I don't have that. So sorry about that, guys. Moving on to works in progress. So I started my teeny. Tiny little bit. This will be the waistband, so that's how you start this one. I just got a little bit. The yarn is strawberry patches, 8-ply. It's 100% superwash merino, and the colorway is cherry ice cream. So, and I'm using 3.75mm needles. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the way I knit, but my gauge was completely off. I mean, this is DK weight yarn, and in order to get gauge, I would have had to go down to like a 2.75 or something stupid. And I was like, nah, I won't like the fabric. It would be way too tight. It would be horrible to knit. Not doing it. So instead I'm just knitting the smaller size than what I was going to be knitting. Now, do I recommend doing it that way? No. But I didn't know what else to do, quite frankly, and I really wanted to make it, so fingers crossed. I'll keep you updated. It just, I don't know what it was. I swatched all the way down to, I think, 3.25, and I was nowhere near gauge. I needed to have 25 stitches per 10 centimeters, and somehow I was getting like 22, no matter what I did, and I was like, well, that's not even close. So yeah, we'll find out how this goes. So yeah, this is the very humble beginnings, not very much there, of my Tyranny cardigan by Andy Sutherland. Oh my gosh, Andy Sutherland of Untangling Knots. I have knit the Populux by her before, but me being me, I didn't gauge swatch, and it came out a completely wrong size. So I will be knitting that again at some point, but when? I have no idea. But it will happen. It definitely will happen. So yeah, not much more to say on that. This is all I have. But I have another sweater, jumper, cardigan, whatever you want to call it, on the needles. So yeah, there's that. My main, I guess you say my main love this couple of weeks, and also my main focus because it's a test knit, is, well, a test knit. I am test knitting for Kelly of Monster Knits. It's my first test knit for her, and I'm really enjoying it. I really hope to test for her again. So it's a shawl. You guys know me. I'm a shawl knitter through and through. Look at this. So this is mohair and 4-ply wool, by the way. Like, what? It's so pretty. And it looks quite intricate, but it's actually not that hard. I can't say much, obviously. One, because it's a test knit, and two, because it will be a paid for pattern. But, oh my gosh. I love it. I love it so much. And this yarn is just, I wish you could feel it. So this, I have the other skein here, what I have left of it. This is Goodwool, who is a local dyer here in New Zealand. And this is her, right, I really hope I pronounced this right, Automata Station 4-ply, which is 100% non-superwash merino wool. Now, I am normally very much a person who is all about superwash because I have very sensitive skin. So a lot of non-superwash just aggravates my skin and it's itchy and it's just not pleasant. But this stuff, oh my gosh. It actually reminds me, if you've worked with alpaca, it reminds me of alpaca. It is so soft. And I don't know how they do it. Or if it's the sheep, I don't know. It's just, oh my gosh. It is so soft. I actually want to knit a Poison Girls sweater and blouse out of this. It is slightly more expensive, but oh my gosh, is it worth it? Oh, it's so soft. And it's so warm. Like, I could hold this as I've been knitting it up to me. And oh, it's so warm. Because it's also got mohair in it. Mohair silk. And this is the leftover that I've got. This is also Goodwool. It's mohair silk. Colours, I forgot to say colours. This is Succulent. This is Weather. Oh, lost the skein. And this is also Succulent. This green is just gorgeous as well. Like, what? It's, oh. I'm sorry, I'm, like, I guess you could say fangirling, I guess. It's just so nice. It's so beautiful. The pattern, the wool, it just, oh. Happy place, happy place. So I'll stop hugging my shawl. But yeah, this is on 3.5mm needles. I'm using my Caspians again. I don't know when this is due to be released, but you will definitely hear from me when it is due to be released because this is gorgeous. And I don't know how I didn't know, but I didn't know about her before. And after finding out about the test, I actually went through and looked at her other patterns. She has so many patterns that are so nice. And now I have like probably at least half of them in my queue. So yeah, I'll be knitting a lot more of Callie's patterns, and definitely if I get the opportunity, we'll definitely test knit for her again. I'm just gonna show you one more time. Look at that. Yeah, so this has been probably my excitement. I just, oh, it's like a cloud. Oh, you sometimes just get those projects and that wall that you work with and you're just like, I won't put you down. This is for me, so it's okay that I rub my face. No one else is getting this, is mine. I'm gonna be selfish with this one. I'm keeping this. So yeah, is my main love. I'll stop talking about it now. I do have another shawl that is actually a couple that are on the needles, but I haven't worked on them since I started this. So, she was like, not middle of last week, not in the middle of the week just been, but about the middle of the week before that. A few days after I recorded the last episode. So, this, again, tiny little start to this one. It looks a bit wonky, but that's just because of where we are. This is, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, Etosha by Hanging Rock Roast. Don't know why I'm tongue-tied today. These are hand-dyed by me on sock 4-ply from Wild Earth Yarns. It's an 80/20 merino nylon superwash. Why is there a cat hair on everything? So yeah, hand dyed by me. First one, the second one. Excuse my bad nail polish, my lockdown nails. It lasted like 2 hours. I don't know what it is. I was reminded why I hate nail polish and why I always go to the nail place to get them done. Because the chipped life is just not, it's not good, it's not flattering. The needles I'm using are 4mm. These are the Knit Pro Zings. And this is what I have so far. Not very much, but it's nice and meditative, and I will be going back to this once this beauty is done. If I don't need another one. I'm like obsessed. But anyway, so I just had an idea, but I'll talk to you about that idea afterwards. Otherwise I will just get off track completely. And this is living in my Harry Potter bag by InStitches. So yeah. I don't think I've shown you. If I have, I'm sorry. But I made some more progress on this, which is designed by myself. I haven't worked on it much at all because I've been preoccupied with a glorious test knit. But yeah, this is using Hobby Yarns Twister. The cake is looking a little bit sad because I'm knit with it, but. And this is colour 32. I am using 3.25mm needles on this. Ow, I just stabbed myself in the head. But yeah. Again, not too much to say about this at the moment because of the stage that it's at. Doesn't really look like a wrap or anything at the moment because it's just hanging, but we'll see what happens with that. Last whip. Of course, I've got to have a pair of socks, especially now I'm back to work. I am back to knitting and walking. Oh my gosh, and I'm tangled again. This happens every time. Just sort myself out. Here we go. So this yarn I got at Capital Fibre Fest, and this is Fibre to Go on her Tuffy sock, which I don't think she carries at the moment because I can't find it. I think it might be an old base. It's a 75/25, I think. Or is it an 80/20? It might actually be an 80/20. Hold on, the tag's down there. I'll go have a look. It's a 75/25. So this is the tag, fibre to go. On Tuffy sock in the colour Periwinkle. So yeah. I'll show you the cake because it's always nice to look at. My cake looks sort of funny because it's travelled with me to work and back, but here we go. Yeah, using 2.25mm needles, following Crazy Sock Lady again, and the same length that I did on the last ones, 10-15, just because I like that length. Yeah. So I actually need to get some new sock needles because these are driving me nuts. And now that everything outside of Auckland is opened up, when I can afford to, I will get some. Yeah. So that is all my works in progress and my finished objects. Sorry. Oh, why am I yawning? I don't even know. Now I do actually have some acquisitions because bit of a story about this test knit. I couldn't decide because I was trying, at the time I signed up for this, we were still in lockdown, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get anything from Auckland. And so I was like, I really like this, but I also want to get something from outside of Auckland. So I ordered this originally. This was the second I found, but I actually really like how it's working out, so go down. But I ordered this, but then I also really liked the first one, and so did Callie, so I was like, I'll order it anyway, and we'll see how we go. This is Prosper Yarn, and this is her Butte fingering, which is 100% merino single ply. Non-superwash. This is the colorway Tasman. It's beautiful. Don't know if you can see those speckles. And then this one is Ent, E-N-T. Same base. And then this is her Goddess 60/40 New Zealand Kid Mohair Merino lace weight 2-ply. Again, hand wash, and this is the colorway Patience. So these three colors together. But this actually, so the thought I had when I was showing you, I think I was showing you this, when I said about I found a whole bunch of Callie's other patterns. I may see if I find one of hers that uses the same kind of yarn, because then I could knit a different pattern of hers in this. I'll have a look at that after I've finished podcasting. So yeah, this arrived from Prosper, and yes, very excited, very pretty. I will have probably next podcast some more acquisitions coming, because if you have not seen, Stephen West from West Knits is doing his mystery knit along this year. It's called Shawlography, and I have ordered a kit from, probably guess it, from Mama Willing, lovely Sarah. I've ordered one of her kits, and it is due to be here, I think, on Monday, so tomorrow, I think. So after this podcast goes out. But yeah, so that's exciting. But now I've got to wait like 3 weeks to cast on. But then I have this test knit, and I have also signed up for another test knit. I will wait to find out. Actually, I've signed up for 2. I've applied for 2. I'm just waiting to hear back from the designers. One is a top, It's a beautiful, fluttery, lace weight, Suri alpaca top. And the other one, and I can't remember the designer, I'm really sorry, I can't remember the design for that one. And the other one is a test knit for Knitting Expat Designs, and it's a shawl. So I'm waiting to find out about those test knits, if I've been selected or not. What about test knits at the moment? Speaking of test knits, I've also found something called Yarn Pond, where you can apply to be a test knitter, and it will show you the available, like, designers can go on, so I'll backtrack. Designers can put what they want, like a test call, out on Yarn Pond, and you can go through and apply. So I seem to be all about the test knits at the moment because of this. And I think Callie is having another one come out soon. We'll have a new test knit soon. I'm on her airburn list, so fingers crossed. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I'm back to work, so I'm thankful that I can knit during the day because I have split shifts, but I just won't be knitting as much as I have been because I actually have to leave my house now and actually do stuff rather than just knit and have a couple of meetings. We had quite a few meetings, but yeah, more than normal, but you know, with lockdown, so that makes sense. We find out tomorrow if Auckland go down to level 3 and if we go down to level 1 or up or what. We'll find out tomorrow. Likelihood is probably we'll stay at level 2. Auckland might stay at level 4 for a bit longer because they had some mystery cases, which is not great. Delta is running rampant. I'm due to get my vaccine in October because there was no availability before then because they're trying to vaccinate obviously an awful lot of people and I am like the least priority, so I wait, but that's okay. So I'm booked, but just need to have it done. And I hate needles. I really hate needles. Injections, needles, like, I hate the feeling of it, and for some reason I find it really hurts. I hate the feeling of it. I hate when they like push the stuff in, and I just hate needles in general, and it just, I'm not looking forward to it. But hey, it's part of what we're gonna do, right? hate needles. Even though I've had every other vaccine, I still hate needles. Have done it since I was a child. I don't know if there's anyone who particularly. Actually, I was gonna say I don't think there's anyone who particularly likes needles, and then I realised actually no, my boss. Because we were talking about it, and I said, I hate having a vaccine, I hate having the jab, and she's like, I actually really like it. I was like, okay. Yeah, but so there's that. Not looking forward to it, but that's okay. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say. I was gonna make notes, and I just brain completely didn't. Yeah, I have no idea. I do know that at the moment Mum's planning her wedding. So my mum is planning on getting married next year, but she will be moving to the States and they'll be getting married over there. So the idea is that hopefully it'll be our spring and probably their autumn, we'll be going over to the States, which will be exciting because the last time I went to the States was on our stopover on the way to New Zealand and from London, and it was 3 days and I was 5 and it was in LA, so I didn't actually really go anywhere. Like, there's lots to do in LA, don't get me wrong. When I was 5, I can't remember, aside from an aquarium. But also, I want to see other parts of the US. I know LA can, is one of those places where a lot of tourists go. And California is really hot, and I don't do the heat, like, at all. So, hence why I have not gone to Australia yet. Only place I will go to in Australia is maybe Melbourne. I will not go to Perth. I will die of heat. I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to things like that. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Just one reason why Palm Beach works really well for me. But, because it gets hot during the summer, but it's relatively mild for most of the year, so it works best for me. Compared to Auckland, where it's all muggy and just, I don't like it. Pardon me, oh my gosh. Maybe I shouldn't have fizzy before I podcast. Anyway, I think that's it. I honestly can't think of anything else. Yeah. I hope you guys have had a great couple of weeks. I hope you have a great week coming up. And whatever you're doing, whether you're knitting, crocheting, sewing, making, none of the above, I hope it brings you some joy, and take care, look after yourself, look after those around you, and I will see you, hopefully, fingers crossed, next week. Bye guys!